Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class. Continuing with the 8th canto, chapter 19. Okay. So, chapter 19, Bali Maharaj Yagya Arena, Lord Vamandev has appeared. And then this Bali Maharaj welcomed him to his feet. And now Vamandev is glorifying Bali Maharaj's dynasty. Okay. So, yesterday we did the shloka sankhya 7. No, 4. Okay, we did till 4 and today 5 onwards, isn't it? Yes. So yesterday we discussed that Bali Maharaj and Vamandev was praising Bali Maharaj dynasty, and now specifically he will now like the main personalities Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Virochan, Bali Maharaj. These main personalities Bali Maharaj will Vamandev will glorify. Okay. Yato jato Hiranyaksha Charanyek imamahi Prativiram Digvijaye Navindat Gadaika. Who is saying? Vamandev. Yada, in which dynasty Jata was born, Hiranyaksha, the nickname Hiranyaksha Charan wandering Eka alone Imam. And this Mahim surface of the globe. Prativiram, a rival hero, Digvijay, for conquering all directions. Na Avinda could not get Gada Ayuda, hearing love. It was in your dynasty that Bhavandev is saying, it was in your dynasty that Hiranyaksha was born, carrying only his own club. He wandered the globe alone, without assistance to conquer all directions. No hero he met in life. Okay, it's this glory means. यम विनिर्जित कृच्छ्रेण विष्णु क्षमोद्धार आगतम आत्मानं जैनम मिने तद्वीरम भूरेन अनुस्मरन यम whom विनिर्जित after conquering Krishna with great difficulty Vishnu Lord Vishnu in his incarnation as a boar Shama Uddhare at the time when the earth was delivered Agatam appeared before him Atmanam personally himself Jainam victorious meaning considered Tadviram the prowess of Hiranyaksha who he constantly more and more Anusmaran thinking about when delivering the earth from the Garbhodak sea, Lord Vishnu in his incarnation as a boar killed a Hiranyaksha who had appeared before him. Okay, third canto we discussed this past time. Lord Varahadev killed a Hiranyaksha. Okay. Their fight was severe and the Lord killed Hiranyaksha with great difficulty. Vamandev saying Hiranyaksha was so powerful that he killed Hiranya and Vishnu with great difficulty. He killed. As the Lord thought about the uncommon prowess of Hiranyaksha, he felt himself victorious indeed. So now in these two verses, he glorified Hiranyaksha. Now seventh. Nishamya tadvam bhrata Hiranyakashipu puraha. Antum bhrat hanam kruto jagam nilayam hare. Nishamya, after hearing Tatvadam, the killing of Hiranyaksha, Bhrata, the brother Hiranyakashipu, formerly Hantum, just to kill Bhratra Hanam, the killer of his brother Kruddha, very angry, Jagam went Nilayam to the residence Hare of the Supreme Personality. When Hiranyaksha heard the news of his brothers being killed, with great anger, he went to the residence of Vishnu, killer of his brother, wanting to kill Lord Vishnu. समायान्तं समालोक्य शूलपाणिं कृतान्त्वा चिन्तयामास कालज्ञो विष्णुर्माया विनाम्बर तं हिरण्यकशिपु आयन्तं coming forward samalokya observing minutely shulpani with the trident in his hand कृतान्त्वा just like that perfect चिन्तयामास thought kalagya who knows the progress of time Vishnu Lord Vishnu Maya Vinam of all kind of mystic Varadachi. Seeing Hiranyakashipu coming forward wearing a trident in his hand like personified death, Lord Vishnu, the best of all mystics and the knower of the progress of time, thought as follows. When he was running, This past time he was in 7th canto, Hiranyakashipu. So when he was running towards Lord Vishnu to kill Vishnu, what Vishnu thought? Who is speaking this? Vishnu only speaking. Vamandev. यतो यतो हम तत्रासौ मृत्यु प्राणभृतामिव अतो हमस्य हृदयं प्रवेक्ष्यामि परादर्श. Yata yata, wheresoever am I, tatra there indeed also with this Hiranyakashipu, mrityu, death, prana vritam, of all living entities, eva just like Ata, therefore am I, asya of him, hridayam, within the core of the heart, pravekshayami shall enter prarak dirsha of a person who has only external. Wheresoever I go, Hiranyakashipu will follow me as death follows all living entities. Therefore it is better for me to enter the core of his heart. For then, because of his power to see only externally, he will not see me. Vishnu thought like that. Anyway, wherever I'll go, this fellow Hiranyakashipu will follow me. So better I should go inside the heart of Hiranyakashipu, because this person can see only out external. He cannot see within the heart. So he will not be able to see me. Who is thinking like this? Vishnu. And Vishnu is thinking like this. Who is telling this? Vamandev. Who is Vishnu? एवं सनिश्चित्तिरिपो शरीरम् आदावतो निर्विशेष सुरेंद्र श्वासानिलान्तहिर् सूक्ष्म देहस्तत्प्राणरन्ध्रेण विवेक्न चेता. Evam in this way saha he Lord Vishnu Nishchitya deciding Ripo of the enemy, Shariram, the body, Adha Vataha, who was running after him with great force, Nirvivishe entered Asurindra, king of the demon Maharaj Bali. Swasanila through the breathing, Antarhita, invisible Sukshma Deha in his finer body, Tat Prana Randrena through the whole of the nostril, Vivigna Cheta, being very intense. Lord Vamandev continued, O king of the demons, he is addressing Bali Maharaj. After Lord Vishnu made this decision, he entered the body of his enemy Hiranyakashipu, who was running after him with great force. In a subtle body inconceivable to Hiranyakashipu, Lord Vishnu, who was in great anxiety, entered Hiranyakashipu's nostril along with his breath. Okay. Vivigna Cheta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is already in the core of everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarvbhutanam Hirdesya Arjuna Tishtati. Here past time says that he entered, but actually Krishna is there already in everybody's heart. So logically, therefore, it was not at all difficult for Lord Vishnu to enter in Hiranyakashipu's body. The word Vivigna Cheta is very significant. It is not, so one should not think that Lord Vishnu was afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Rather, because of compassion, Lord Vishnu was in anxiety about how to act for Hiranyakashipu's welfare. So here it is said, the word is Vivigna Cheta. That may say that Lord Vishnu was in anxiety, but that anxiety was not out of fear of Hiranyakashipu. Rather, due to his compassion, he was in anxiety about Hiranyakashipu and how to act. What was anxiety of Vishnu? How to act so that Hiranyakashipu's benefit can happen. For the welfare of Hiranyakashipu, what should I do? That was the anxiety. Vishnu's anxiety was what I should do for Hiranyakashipu's welfare. Okay, so these things are there, like fear, greed, lying, lust, and anger are not desirable qualities in the jiva, but become great qualities in the Lord for nourishing rasa and the Lord's affection for the devotee. These qualities provide a method for attaining the Lord by meditation on them and give pleasure even to the Atma Ramas. So sometimes this kind of qualities like greed, fear, and lying, and lust, anger, these are not good qualities. If a jiva is exhibiting, a living entity, you, me, if we are exhibiting these qualities, this is not very good for us. But when Krishna exhibit, that's also sometimes people ask, Krishna is God, why is angry, why is lusty? So when Krishna exhibit these qualities, these are transcendental. So lying, Krishna may lie to the gopis, Krishna may lie to the Yashoda Mata, I have never taken this dirt and I have not eaten butter. So he is lying. and he is fear. He is in fear. When Mother Yashoda was trying trying to bind Krishna, then Satank Netram. It is mentioned in Damodar Ashtakam that Satank Netram, Krishna's eyes were full of terror. He was terrified. He was like trembling out of fear of Mother Yashoda. Rudantam Mur Netra. He is crying, crying and trembling. So that is there. So one may not think, but these are transcendental qualities. Okay. And these qualities, when exhibited in this way, like anger and lust, so he is having this affair with many gopis. So these kind of qualities, when Krishna exhibits, these qualities become transcendental because Krishna exhibits these qualities for exchanging the rasas between his devotees. Okay. So here one should not think like that, and these qualities provide a method for attaining the Lord by meditation on them and give pleasure even to the Atma. Okay. So one should not think that why Krishna got anxiety. Is it out of fear of Hiranyakashipu that Hiranyakashipu will kill me? No, it is not like that. But his anxiety is that what I must do for the welfare of Hiranyakashipu. 11th. सातन्निकेतं परिमर्श्य शून्यं अपश्यमाना कुपितो न नादा क्षमाभ्यां दिशः खं विपुरान् समुद्रान् विष्णुं विचिन्वन्न ददर्श धीरा that Hiranyakashipu tat niketam. So that was the point here. We should not get misdirected here. Okay. निकेतं परिमृश्य शून्यम् अपश्यमाना कुपितो न नादा क्षमां द्यां दिशः खं विवरान् समुद्रान् विष्णुं विचिन्वन् ददर्श धीरा सः that Hiranyakashipu tat niketam, the residence of Lord Parimrishya, searching Shunyam, vacant, Apashyamana, not seeing Lord Vishnu, Kupitaha, being very angry, Nanada cried very loudly, Chama on the surface of the earth, Dhyam in outer space, Disha in all directions, Tham in the sky, Vibran in all the caves, Samudran, all the oceans, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, searching for Nana, not Dadarshan did not see Veera, although he was very powerful. Further, Lord Vamandev is saying, upon seeing that the residence of Lord Vishnu was vacant, because why vacant? Because he entered inside his heart. Hiranyakashipu began searching for Lord Vishnu everywhere. Angry at not seeing him, Hiranyakashipu screamed loudly and searched the entire universe, including the surface of the earth, the high plane system, all direction, and all the caves and oceans. But Hiranyakashipu, the greatest hero, did not see Vishnu anywhere. Who is saying? Amandev. अपश्यन्निति होवाच मयान्विष्टम् इदं जगत् धात्रः मे गतो नूनं यतो न वर्तते कुमार. Apasyan, not seeing him in this way, how much uttered maya by me unvishtan has been sought. Idam, the whole Jagat universe, Bhatriha, Lord Vishnu killed the brother, may my Gata must have gone Nunam indeed Yata, from where none but our comes back to Manakas. Unable to see him, unable to see Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu said, I have searched the entire universe, but I could not find Vishnu, who has killed my brother. Therefore, he must certainly have gone to that place from which no one returns. In other words, he must now be dead. Atheists generally follow the Buddha philosophical conclusion that at death everything is finished. Hiranyakashipu, being an atheist, thought this way. Because Lord Vishnu was not visible to him, he thought that the Lord was dead. Even today, many people follow the philosophy that God is dead. But God is never dead. Even the living entity who is part of God never dies. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. For the soul there is never birth nor never birth or death. This is the statement of Bhagavad Gita. Even the ordinary living entity never takes birth or dies. When Jiva will not die, how Krishna will die? What then is to be said of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the chief of all? He certainly never takes birth or dies. Ajopi san abhyayatma. Both the Lord and the living entity exist as unborn and inexhaustible personality. Thus, Hiranyakashipu's conclusion that Vishnu was dead was wrong. As indicated by the words Yato na vartate puman, there is certainly a spiritual kingdom. He said, nah, he might be gone to that place where nobody comes back. From where nobody comes back. So that place is correct. Yatatva nanivartante tadhama paramam. So there is certainly a spiritual kingdom, and if the living entity goes there, he never returns to this material. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Tektva deyam punarjan nati mamiti swarjana. Materially speaking, every living entity dies. Materially, that is body dies. Death is inevitable. Everyone has to die. But those who are karmis, jnanis, and yogis return to this material world after death. Soul will not die, only the body will die. And this karmi, jnani, yogi, they will again come back to this world. Whereas bhaktas do not. Why? Because they'll go to back to God at Krishna's abode. Of course, if a bhakta is not completely perfect, if bhakta, devotee, is doing nicely, okay, no problem. But he may not be able to come to the full perfectional, perfect level. Then what will happen? If a bhakta is not completely perfect, he takes birth in the material world again. Devotee, but in a very exalted position, either in a rich family or a family of the purest Brahman. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. Why? Why he will come? Because he has not perfected his life. Still something was pending. So he will come in such a family where his bhakti can be started from the child age itself. He will take birth in the family of devotees. So by birth itself, when he is born, they will say Hare Krishna. From the 1-year-old baby, they are telling him Hare Krishna. So these are devotees' children are sometimes not the ordinary children. They are the children sometimes which were doing bhakti very nicely, and somehow they were they could not do perfect in the previous life. So they are given another chance in the family of a devotee. They are those children. So that's why the children from like 1 year, 2 year old age, they started chanting Hare Krishna. They never take non-veg or any nonsense, and they only do take prasad like that. They never do all those things. So they are those people. So that's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that no worry, if you do bhakti, there is no problem. Even though you don't complete it, don't perfect it, no problem. Next life you are continuing from there only. Okay, like a person was studying in 10th class and he died, and next birth he directly got admission in 11th. Is it possible? No, that's why Krishna said, don't do these material activities too much. Okay, just do whatever is very much necessary. That much you do first. Because anyway, at the time of death, everything is finished. You made a 5-story building. Next birth, you come, hey, this building is mine. And last birth I made. They will kick you out. Right? So like that it is. So there is no problem. Bhakti is always having benefit. So devotee will come back again sometime if he is not, if he was not able to perfect his life, then he will come. But he will come in such a place where he can do his bhakti very fast. Okay. So whatever was pending, he'll finish that thing in and he will go back into the world. So just to finish his development in spiritual consciousness. That's why even sometime it is said, it is seen that some devotees' children, uh, now they may not know, they may see, Are, we are doing so nice bhakti, what is happening in our life? Are, sometime what happens, some devotee's child is there, and he may be very nice devotee from previous life. Some little is pending. He came next birth as your son or daughter, and he did wonderful bhakti from like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and very nicely doing bhakti. And when he became 15-year-old, 18-year-old, he got initiation, became very nice devotee. Maybe 20-year-old, he went home back to Godhead. Now parents, everybody will cry, "Arey, what is this? My child is 20-year-old child, young child, Krishna too. We are doing so much bhakti. Why such a young person has died? He was doing so nice bhakti." You don't know. You already went there. It's good only. Whatever was pending, he finished the job and went away. That's it. And whoever not finishing, they are postponing for tomorrow. Morning they will say, "I will do japa in daytime." Daytime I will do japa in evening. And then tomorrow, and they are postponing. No, initiation I will take this year. Then this year over. Next year I will take initiation. Then again next year. So they keep postponing. So their lifetime also keep postponing. Okay, next life you come. Next life you come. So, but a devotee who is very much sincere, very much serious, just finish the job and go back to Godhead. Okay, because what is there in this world with whom you are having faith, whom you are trying to have faith, everybody will come and cheat you. You will keep trying, okay, this, that, okay, this relationship will give me solace and help me, they will cheat. Then you will try with another, they will cheat. Then person will get married, they will cheat. Then some people are very intelligent, they are doing again marriage, they again get cheated. Like that, they will try, okay, maybe next birth I will come and nobody will cheat me. Next birth. And birth after. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janini, jatre shanam. Keep on doing. Okay. Because this material world is like that. Out of 4 main defect, one is this one, the cheating propensity. They are having cheating propensity. They will cheat. So get out of this as early as possible. That's what we have to plan now. Very quickly we have to get out of this world. That's it. It's a nasty thing here. Whatever is happening, that's the nature of the world. If we are suffering, okay, somebody is cheating us, okay, somebody is giving trouble us, okay, don't worry, this world is meant for that. Okay, so machine is working properly. Okay, so we have to get out from here. That is the only solution, no other solution. Where you will go? You, some people are thinking, I'll settle in America, everything will be so nice. American people are happy. You really think? Somebody think I will become president. President is happy. You really think president is happy? No. Some people think very low. I will get married to a nice Miss World. Is he happy? No. And some people think I'll go to some like I'll become a big businessman, or I'll have company bigger than Microsoft, or this that. I'll become an innovator. I'll become a scientist. Are they happy? No. Film star? No. Cricketer? No. Nobody is happy. Why? World is like that. Machine is working properly. Krishna made the machine world for Dukhalayam. What it is giving Dukha. Krishna's design is working properly. Okay. There is no fault in this. So those who have completed the course of Krishna consciousness and are free from material desire, return to the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yad gatvana nivartante tat nam paramama. Here the same fact is stated. Yato navartate bhavan. Any person who goes back home, back to Godhead, does not return to this material body. Okay, so this is the point here. So we have to plan to go back home, back to God. No other way. No other way, no other way, no other way. Keep suffering otherwise. You have to think when we will wake up and take this process seriously. You have to think. It's not like just keep on going. We have to bring this in our consciousness. It's not some general activity like whole day we do. It's the activity which can take us out of this place of misery and sadness. So we have to take this very seriously. Otherwise, Hare Krishna. वैरानुबन्धेतावानं मृत्योर्हृदेहिनां अज्ञान प्रभो मृत्युरन् मानोपब्रह्मितः Vaira Anubandha, enmity, etavan, so great, amrityo, up to the point of death, yeah, in this day, now a person too involved in the bodily concept life. Agyan Prabha, because of the great influence of ignorance, Manyu anger, Ahamana, by goodism, Brahmita expanded. Hiranyakashipu's anger against Lord Vishnu persisted until his death. Other people in the worldly concept of life maintain anger only because of false ego, the great influence of ignorance. Generally speaking, even though the conditioned soul is angry, his anger is not perpetual but temporary. It is due to the influence of ignorance. Hiranyakashipu, however, maintained his peace and his anger against Lord Vishnu until the point of death. He never forgot this vengeful attitude toward Vishnu for having killed his brother Hiranyaksha. Others in the bodily concept of life are angry at their enemies but not at Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu, however, was everlastingly angry. He was angry not only because of false prestige but also because of continuous enmity toward Vishnu. Okay, unless and anything of this world, if we like, if we like anything in this world, that desire or that likeness will stop us from going back to the पिता प्रहलाद पुत्रस्ते तद्विदान द्विज वत्सलः स्वामायुर्द्विज लिंगेभ्यो देवेभ्यो दात सयाचिता. पिता father प्रहलाद पुत्र the son of Maharaj Prahlad yo tadvidwan although it was द्विज वत्सलः. Still, because of his affinity for Brahmanas, Swam, his own Ayu, duration of life, Dujalinkebhya, who were dressed like Brahmanas, Devebhyo, unto the demigods, Ada, delivers he Yachita being requested. Your father, Virochan, the son of Maharaj Prahlad, was very affectionate toward Brahmanas. Although he knew very well that it was the demigods who had come to him in the dress of Brahmanas. At their request, he delivered to them the duration of his life. Maharaj Virochan, Bali's father, was so pleased with the Brahman community that even though he knew that those approaching him for charity were the demigods in the dress of Brahmans, he nonetheless agreed to do. Bhavana Charitan Dharman Astito Grahamedhivi Brahmanai Purvajai Shurai Anyeshchodyam Kirtivi. Bhavan, your good self, Achiratan, executed Dharman, religious principle, Astita, being situated, Grahamedhivi, by persons in household life, Brahmanai, by the Brahmanas, Purvajai, by your forefathers, Surai, by great heroes, Anecha and others also, Uddam Kirtivi, very highly elevated and famous. You also have observed the principles followed by great personalities who are householder Brahmanas. By your, now he is telling Bali Maharaj, by your forefathers and great heroes who are extremely famous for their exalted deeds. So now he is glorifying Bali Maharaj. So here, till 15th shloka, Bali Maharaj, Baman Dev is glorifying, praising the dynasty of Bali Maharaj. Okay. Now next section of this chapter